Hey, what's up guys? I'm Gildarts, and today I'm going to be showing you how weapon pads work in Halo Infinite. So please leave a like and subscribe. I'm currently aiming at getting 50 plus subscribers for the end of this year on my YouTube. So you subscribing will be very helpful and very appreciated. And as of right now, I'm streaming Forge over on my Twitch. So stop by and say hi, leave a follow, link in description below. Now, onto the video. So there are four types of weapon pads. You have the weapon rack, weapon pad, weapon trunk, and weapon pod. So you're probably asking, aren't these all the same? So how these are actually separated is there are two tiers of weapons. You have base and power, and there are 8 classes. So the classes are the weapon class. So weapon pads, which is this one, which are usually for power weapons, weapon trunks, and weapon pods, can access both tiers. They can access base and power weapons, and they can also access any class. And what's the difference between this one is that the weapon rack, which is your base weapon spawn, is locked to base weapons, so you can't spawn in power weapons on this pad. Also, you could just spawn in random weapons like classic games, but for modes that really require weapon pads to spawn, and I think a lot of people are now used to the weapon pads, and I kind of prefer them over than just weapons laying on the ground, that's just me, is you're probably wondering, okay, how do I actually set these up to where game modes so I can have like specific weapons spawn on the pads? So if you go into Forge and you basically select the weapon pad that you want or you spawn it in, I'm going to show you how to actually set it up correctly so you don't have a weapon on there that you don't want. So I'm going to go into my settings. So there is static item selection, so you can have the weapon you actually want, and you can also see there is no power weapons. I have no access to power weapons. I'll show you what the weapon pad looks like, where you can actually see all the weapon like actual base and tiers in a bit. So I can set it to BR75, the Bulldog, Disruptor, Heatwave, Hydra, the Bandit Rifle, but it's not in the game. It's in the files, but I don't have access to it. The Assault Rifle, Mangler, Sidekick, Needler, Plasma Pistol, Carbine, Ravager, Sentinel Beam, Shock Rifle, Stalker, VK-78 Commando. These are all the base weapons. So I can also, so default, it is disabled because it's going to be rotating the weapons every time you spawn in. So if I click disable, I'm probably going to get a random weapon. So I'm going to select the back to default, so which was any. So this is how it is default. So you have, it's going to be spawn as the MA40 assault rifle as default for this. So then you're going to have the class and the legendary variants, which I include. So if I unselect this and go into live, you see it spawns a random weapon. That's how it's set up. So if I click on here, go back into here, and you're probably wondering, how is this at? So you have to enable a static spawn before you actually spawn in a weapon. So if you want this weapon to be a battle rifle and remain a battle rifle, you will have to enable static selection. Otherwise, it will do random item selection and it will choose any class. So you're probably asking, okay, what are the classes? So there's Assault Rifle, which is the MA40 and Pulse Carbine, Launcher, which is the Hydra and Ravager, Pistol, which is the Sidekick, Plasma Pistol, Mangler, and Disruptor, SMG, which is the Needler and Sentinel Beam, Shotgun is Heatwave and Bulldog, Sniper is Shock Rifle and Stalker Rifle, and Tactical Rifle is BR-75 and VK-78 Commando. And tactical rifle is most likely where the DMR is going to spawn. So you can also include the variants that you want, and there are 3 factions: Banished, Foreigner, and UNSC. And you can set it to randomize every game. That's how it's currently set up in Halo Infinite when you load up any multiplayer map. Then you have every round or every spawn, so you can have it set to every respawn. So for Fiesta, it'll reset every game. So if you blow it up in Fiesta, that's how you see like weapons. So currently, you're probably wondering how I actually knew this was already happening. So if you load up any game into Fiesta with weapon pads enabled, you always see that weapon category in the same location. That's how the game reads it and how it's set up. So now on to the power weapon pads, or the multi-tier. So if I go into here and settings, so there are 2 tiers. So there are any, base, and power. So there's only base and power. So if I select to base and class, I can set up to any of them. Then I set to power, I can set it to any of them as well. But for power weapons, there are only 3 categories, like actual classes. There is launcher, which is the M41 Spanker and Cinder Shot. Then there's sniper, which is S7 Sniper, and the Skewer. And melee is Energy Sword and Gravity Hammer. So that's how the actual weapon pads work in Halo Infinite. So you're now educated on how weapon pads actually work in Halo Infinite. So whenever you go into Forge and you're trying to make maps, just make sure you have your weapon pads set and all your settings set correctly the way you want it. So other than that, please leave a like and subscribe if you like this video. Other than that, come say hi over on my Twitch channel. I am streaming, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!